everybody, and welcome. And we're just going to wait for everybody to log in. We've got about 36 participants, so we will just watch as everybody checks in. All right, I think we're going to get started. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Israel and Overseas Committee's first program of the new year. We're very excited to have a virtual Shlicha live from Israel with a live chef from Israel. As you know, we have always had Shlicha in normal times. But these are not normal times, and so we were very lucky to get Tal to do some programs for us this year virtually. Tal is 26 years old. She's a student at Ben Gurion University in the Negev. She lives in Beersheba. She grew up in Massachusetts when her father was doing his postdoc at Harvard, so her English is excellent. She's also been a madricha and shlicha in Bethesda and somewhere else, I think, Tal, I forget where. But she is going to introduce Ofri, our chef today, who is bringing us some very exciting dishes from Morocco. So I'm going to hand it over to Tal. If anybody has questions, they can put them in the chat box and one of us will answer. We have my daughter Carla Senior here today, who is a trained chef. So if Tal or Ofri can't answer a question, I'm sure she'll be happy to answer any questions you have. We also have a drawing. At the end of the hour, we are going to have everybody's names in a hat and we will draw a winner. It's a beautiful Emile Henry stew pot. It can go on the barbecue, it can go in the oven, or it can go stovetop. With that, I'll hand it over to Tal.
Thank you. Thank you so much for introducing me. It's probably the first time that someone like you introduced me, so it's exciting. Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be here, and I'm happy that you guys are here. It's very exciting. As you guys heard, my name is Tal, and I'm 26. I'm here live from Israel, as you guys can see. And I was the Shlicha, as you said, at JDS in Rockville, Maryland, and at Bethel Congregation in Bethesda, Maryland. And I had a very, very fun time and interesting and all of everything, I guess. And I miss the United States a lot. And I'm really happy to be here with you guys, even if it's virtually and I can't really, see you guys from closer. But I'm here and I'm here for a few more months with you guys. So as I said in the video, I don't know if you guys saw it or not, I'm here, and feel free to ask questions and to talk to me about anything. If you guys are planning a trip to Israel, I'm here to help you plan it. I can help you with any of your siblings or daughters or sons that live here in Israel. So I'm here. You guys, I don't know if you have my email address or not, but feel free to email me. If you don't have it, one of your wonderful staff members has it. And that's it. So my friend from Israel, Ofri, she's now in Tel Aviv. I'm in Be'er Sheva, as you guys know. It's pretty wintry outside. Here inside, it's warm. Even though a friend of mine from DC that came to live here in Israel, she says that it's even colder for her here in Israel because we're not really ready for the winter. But yeah, so Ofri is here. She's amazing. When I taught to cook a lot of people for my community, it was mostly shakshuka or things that, you know, challah and things that you guys probably know how to cook. And when we thought about making something interesting for you guys as a new program, we thought about Moroccan food and things that even my family doesn't know how to cook because they're from Poland and Romania. So Ofri is amazing. She's going to teach you guys how to make Moroccan fish and the salad. And I really hope that you guys will be able to use it now, you know, for Shabbat dinners and to teach your kids and your friends. So we're here for all of you guys, and thank you for joining. And Ofri, this is yours. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Tal. I'm really excited to be here this evening. For us, it's an evening. For you, it's morning. So good morning, everybody. My name is Ofri, like many people before me said. I'm not a chef, actually. I am a culinary guide tour here in Tel Aviv. So if you're coming to Israel, please talk to me and I will take you to the most amazing places in Tel Aviv for foodies. So today we're making, like Tal said, we're making a Moroccan fish. This food is the food that I grew up on. I know I don't look like, but believe me, my grandmother, my father, everybody from my father's side is Moroccan, 100%. So this is my comfort food when I'm sad and lonely. I want to make this and I want to eat it. So today we're making a Moroccan food, a Moroccan fish. We're going to use not so many ingredients. I'm sure you got already the menu for this evening and everything that you are supposed to prepare. We're going to start with cutting the tomatoes and then the pepper and all the vegetables that are supposed to get inside the Moroccan fish. Okay, we're going to start with the tomatoes. If anybody has a question, please write it down. We have a few people here on this Zoom that can answer you or can ask me and I will answer. Of course, if something is not clear, let me know. I will say it again. I will repeat myself if it's needed. So we have, everybody has this, wait, this kind of stop for the fish. You see, it's wide. It's not that deep. Okay, we're going to start with this. We are going to put oil inside of this. Not so much, like 1 or 2 spoons, okay? And soon we are going to turn this on. But now we are getting back to the vegetables. We're going to start cut them, and then we will make the fish. It will be very easy to remember because you only need to cut things to get them inside, mix it a little bit, and then let it sit for like 20 minutes. So I'm taking these tomatoes that I washed like earlier this evening. I'm cutting them. I'm sure, I hope you can see it. Okay. I'm taking this out, this thing. Put it in the garbage. Then I slice the tomatoes. And then the other half. And I do it with all the tomatoes I have. Okay, I take this thing off. It doesn't need to be thin or like chopped really good. No, we need the tomatoes inside. It doesn't really matter how you chop them, as long as you chop them. I think I have enough. I told you 4 tomatoes. I bought 5, but now I see 4 is enough. Now I take the pepper, okay? I clean the, איך אומרים גרעינים?
Seeds.
The seeds. I clean the seeds from out of the pepper. Okay, please forgive me because my English is a little bit rustic lately. And also them, I cut them like this, and I put next to the tomatoes. Everything is going to be mixed inside the stove anyway, so it doesn't matter on this board if it's mixed together. It's okay. You see, I cut them in different ways. It doesn't really matter. Now I did this. I took all the garlic from the from his peel. I peeled it, okay? And we're going to use all of this. You're welcome to do it yourself. I'm going to take all the heads of the garlic like this. יש שאלות או משהו? No questions for now. So now after you peeled everything and you took it, oh no, what happened? I don't have battery in my phone. That's weird. Okay, after you peeled everything, you took off their heads, and now we are ready for the spicy part. If you want, you can use one spicy pepper. Okay. No, that's not. Okay. I can't see anything. Like this we can, right? It's okay, Tal? Great.
Yes.
We are continuing. So for the spicy parts, for whoever likes it, I take off the head of the pepper, just throw it to the garbage, and then I don't cut it till all the way till the end. I just do like this. We slice it, but not to the end, okay? Just open it So now we are going to the part of the fish, okay? Many of you probably got fishes like this. This is a fillet, okay? Now we are going to cut it. For how many parts that you like? I cut every one for 2 or 3. We're going to use a very chili pepper or green spicy pepper, whatever pepper that you have or that you like, you can put inside. I wouldn't put more than 1 because it can be very, very spicy. So Moroccan food is very spicy as well. Like from the basic of it is spicy. It's spiced, like we have many spices inside the food, and we really like many flavors. So everyone, I cut the fillet for 2, and now we're going to cut each one for 2 pieces. So from every fillet, I make 4 pieces. Now we're going to make, after this, we're going to make the marinade for the fish. We're going to dip them in spices, oil, and coriander, and then we're going to put them inside the stove. Okay. Now I'm taking you with me to the stove. We're going to see and to start cooking everything. I'm taking this. Okay. Now we have, these are the beetroots. I think that they are ready now. So I'm going to take this here for a few minutes. And now this is the oil that I put before. It's on. Great. I'm going to wait for a minute or something like this, that the oil will be hot. Okay, because we want the sound of the tomatoes, pepper. But for now, for this minute now, I'm going to start with the, no, I'm just going to start with this. Ozzy, can you? Yes, here, thank you. Okay. First, we put the tomatoes. You can hear the sound now that I was talking about. Hear it a little bit. Now we are going to wait for like a minute or 2. I wanted to tell you earlier that my job is not a chef, but I cook every day because this is like my playground. I love this place, my kitchen. I love to make food for my family, for my friends, to host people at my house and cook for them. Makes me really joy. And I'm really happy that I have this opportunity to do this Zoom session with you and to show you my house and where I cook and what I cook and the food that I grew up on. Very, very excited to be here with you today. Thank you very much. All right. So now the tomatoes are a little bit more soft than they were. I'm going to make room for the pepper. Okay. And also, soon I'm going to put in the garlic. No, look. So now we're going to let this cook together. Okay, I still don't mix it till the end. Like I let them sit like this for a few minutes. Now back to the fish. I put here the fishes inside this bowl. This one I will cut. Okay. And then I'm going to add some spices right now. Okay, we are talking about 1 spoon, like this one, pregnant spoon, okay, of sweet paprika. Half a teaspoon or something like that of turmeric. And also half a spoon, kind of cumin, okay? And some salt, of course, because we want to feel all these flavors. Great, great flavors, okay? And the thing that Moroccan cooking cannot live without is canola oil, okay? This is the best thing. Don't think about the amount. It doesn't matter. Everything that gets inside the belly and it feels good in the mouth is great. I'm going to mix it all together, okay? All these amazing things inside here, the spices with the oil. This is great for the fish. The fish loves it. Now I'm going to wash my hands for a second. And for the next part, I'm going to clean this and to chop the coriander. Yes, the one that on the. Thank you. It doesn't need to be chopped really small or something like that. Everything that matters that, like I said before, it's mixed together, it's good in the mouth, you like it inside, it's going to be great for your belly also.
שזה גם אחד מהמאפיינים של המטבח המרוקאי. שזה גם אחד מהמאפיינים של המטבח המרוקאי.
Raz here, my partner, is saying that this is also one of the very important things that inside the Moroccan cuisine, it doesn't matter whatever like you put inside, if it smells good and it tastes good, everything else doesn't really matter. So we're going to put a not a quarter, less than a quarter of the coriander that we chopped. We're going to put inside the fish, and we're going to mix it again, not with a spoon, because I don't want to wash my hand again. Okay, we are going to let you babies sit here for a few minutes, and we are going to take the garlic with us inside here. I just put everything inside, mix them. Pepper. Okay, and some water. Water in here, just a little bit. And I mix them all together. Now, I'm going to take all my spices, okay, everything that is left, and I'm going to put it inside. Around half a spoon of paprika, half a tiny spoon cumin and turmeric. Okay, now I'm going to put it like this. You see how much like the vegetables that we put earlier, the tomatoes and the pepper are now so soft. They're going to be even softer. So now what I do, and I turn the volume down of the fire. Yeah, great. Okay, now I take the fish. Take it with my hand now, I don't have any choice. And I put it inside the stove. I dip it inside with the skin to the bottom of the stove, because we don't want anything to be burned. We want the fish stay really juicy. And of course, that everything that is left, I am putting inside. Now we're going to put some water and more coriander. Oh, and some salt. I forgot. Okay, must put some salt inside. From now on, I don't mix this with a spoon anymore, only like this. This is what I do. But now I'm going to close it. Okay. This is closed now. We're moving on to the salad. Now it's cooking on this light fire. Light? Like low, low fire. I'm taking this with me. Mix. If you heard from the people that organized, like Tal and I don't remember the names before, they ask you to boil your beetroot. I'm sorry. They asked you to boil them, and now I also boiled mine. Now I'm going to peel them off, but first I want to put some ice water inside, cold water. This is going to be really easy. You guys can see yourselves. Taking the peeler, and you see it's coming off with no problem. You can make the salad and put it in the fridge. It's fine. We eat it cold, we don't eat it hot. Then I returned it to the water because I want it to be cold and not hot like it is. This dish of the salad and the fish, in my family, we eat it with challah every Friday. This is like the first dish of the Shabbat meal. It's really, it's a very important dish.
Traditional.
It's very traditional, like I said earlier. That this is my comfort food. Whenever I feel sad, I go and I make myself or ask for my mother to make them for me. Because my grandmother is no longer with us, unfortunately. She used to make them the best way I know. And I'm trying to do what she used to do. And to replicate the flavor, right? Replicate? Okay. Tal, how am I doing with the times? I'm good?
Yes, we're good, right, guys? I see you guys. Good.
Oh. So I'm going to take a bowl for the salad. Now, I'm going to take this coriander and I'm going to chop it again. Although I don't believe that we need to chop greens more than once, but in this case, I really liked it. I really like it really, really chopped. So I don't care in what way you're going to do it. And if you don't like it chopped, it's fine. You don't have to. I'm just showing the way I like it. Everything inside this bowl. And now I'm moving on to the beetroot. I'm trying to make cubes like this, in this size, around this size. So I cut every beetroot in half and then 3 parts. And this is what's coming out. I know that I told you only you need only 3. I made a little bit more because I really like this salad and it stays inside the fridge for a few days. So I don't mind making it now, and then I will also have it for tomorrow. And if I'm going to get lucky, so the day after tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I guess this is going to be your lunch for today, for any of you that is making now with me the fish. Maybe I can see you there. No, not really. Now, putting all of this inside the bowl. Okay. Yes, this is so much fun. When I was a kid, I loved it. I loved it. My mother is telling that I used to take the bowl and not share it with anyone. Every Friday, I used to finish it. So we have pepper. Okay. And I'm going to get the salt. Before that, we're going to stir the fish and to take a peek. Smells great. So like I said before, now I don't use the spoon anymore. I only do like this. I'm putting it inside. Now I'm going to take the lemon.
Take the seed. Huh?
Taking out all of the juices from the lemon. And another one. If you use the amount of beetroot that I said, you can only use you can use the whole lemon, but I think you will prefer it less chametz, no?
Sour.
Sour. So now, because I said there is nothing like Moroccan food without canola oil, we're going to put some, this, like 1.5 spoons or something like this, some pepper. I wouldn't even say it's a half spoon, it's like a quart. And some.
Ofri, do you have to use canola oil? Could you use olive oil if you wanted to?
Olive oil is fine. And grape seeds also. Every oil that you like, you can use. Moroccan food are based on canola because I believe it's the cheapest. It's really good. So this is how it's going to look at the end. Oh, I forgot the garlic. Wow. Wait. So, 2 garlics. Forgot your name. Shen. I take off the peel. These parts. And I tal koteshet.
Wow, I don't know that word. I don't know, like
But
smashing them? How would you say that?
Okay,
No,
smashing.
it's not really the word in terms of food, but like, what's the name of the verb of what she's doing with the garlic right now, guys?
It's a garlic press that she's using.
Yes, a garlic press.
So pressing it, yeah.
The smell. Oh my God, you guys are smelling it? The coriander with the lemon and the garlic. Everything together. I ask if you smell it because, like, if you smell it in your own house, if you're making it with me right now. So this is getting inside the fridge right now because we're done with it and it needs to be cold. See what's cooking. I'm going to, because I have a problem with the gas in my house, that I'm putting it a little bit more. It really needs to bubble like this. Like the way you see here, like a very tiny bubbling. And again, I am mixing it only this way. I can see that the garlics are already like getting the color of the turmeric combined with the paprika, sweet paprika. So we're going to give this few more minutes. Now, if you have questions, you can go on, like you can turn on the mic and ask me, because I am listening and I have some time. Come on, bring it on. Anything you want to know? I live in Tel Aviv. Okay. Yes.
I have a question. Have you visited Morocco?
Unfortunately, no, I didn't have the time for this. I was supposed to go before the coronavirus. No, during the coronavirus got spread in the world, but then I canceled the flight because I didn't want to to get stuck in a country that I don't know.
Do you still have family there?
No, I don't have family there. I only have graves, kvarim. Graves, yes. So in a cemetery, like a Jewish cemetery in Marrakesh.
Oh. I hope you'll get a chance to go. My husband and I went there right before COVID,
Really?
literally a month or two before, and it's a beautiful country and such an amazing history and all and great people. So I would
Yeah.
encourage everyone, if you have a chance to visit, especially now that Israel has a relationship with Morocco.
Yes,
It's a beautiful
yes,
country
it's
to
very warm heart for
Yeah.
all the Moroccan people that lives in Israel. It was a celebration.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I hope soon things will be normal, whatever that means, and you'll be able to visit.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yes, what's the question?
במתכונים כתוב דג בלי אור.
Yes.
השתמשת באור, מה ההבדל ולמה?
Okay, so I said about the recipe. I told you guys to ask for a fish without the skin, only because most people that I know prefer the fish without the skin. I like it with the skin because it gives more flavor to the dish, but you really don't have to. You can barely feel the difference. And I think it's a really easy thing to do, to take it off or to leave it on. It was a good answer. Was I answering the question?
Mhm.
The person who asked it?
I think we have another question, Ofri. Is there a
Yeah.
traditional dessert you serve with this meal?
I'm not really a person of desserts. I prefer like fresh fruits cut at the end of the meal. And actually, I prefer the dessert before.
על מה הטרדישנל?
The traditional dessert for this meal, I think it's just really simple cookies with tea. I think with cinnamon, a little bit of sumsum.
Yeah, sesame.
Yeah, sesame seeds. Something really simple. Like the Moroccan cookie is long. It's made out of flour. Yeah, it's a very easy dough. You put them like for 10-15 minutes inside the oven. You take them out, you make a green tea. איך אומרים כאן? In a teapot like this. This came straight from Morocco. Wow. Okay, so now I think this is ready. So I will turn off the light and I will I will leave this closed for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then only then I will serve it. With, of course, challah, if you don't eat gluten, so I believe it's going well with rice as well. And the salad, of course, the salad next to it. We have in the Moroccan tradition, the table is full of salads. You can find many salads that you can combine with the fish or with other dishes.
Eggplants, carrots.
Yes, eggplants, carrots, everything. You can have them fresh, you can have them cooked or baked or many ways that you really makes the it's complete the chavaya. The whole experience. If you want to make more salads, more.
Open a table.
Yeah, in Hebrew we say open a table, like spreads many things on the table, salads and like this dish, and everybody is sitting on the table and sharing everything. Like you make yourself a dish. It's very common in Israel that you're going to a restaurant and you just ask from the waiter, please just open a table for me. Tal, yes, I'm right. Like in Be'er Sheva. It's the
Yeah,
same.
definitely. Here in Israel, people enjoy to share. They usually don't just order one thing from the menu for themselves. It's like, okay, it's an open table, as Ofri was saying, and then we get to taste a bit of each. Now with COVID, it's probably harder, but our life before were easier.
Yes.
And Ofri, there's another question. Is there a name for this recipe for you? Or is it just Moroccan fish? Yeah.
It's a Moroccan fish. It's a Moroccan fish. They all make it kind of the same with the kind of the same ingredients. You can add carrot or potatoes and combine things that you like inside. The spices, of course, you can play with them. You can add. You can take off what you don't like if you don't like it. Just feel free. Like I said before, I get inside the kitchen and this is my playground. I play here. I do what I feel. I imagine the smell or the flavor that I want to make, and I just do it over and over and over until I get to the point that I say, wow, this is what I imagined to myself. This is what I wanted to make. Bless you.
Then I stopped making.
Bless you. So you're saying don't be afraid of adding things that you like and trying to change the recipe a bit?
Yes, it's not, nothing is like, it's not a rule, okay? Nothing is a rule. In food, that's what I believe, and this is what my grandmother also told me. You can imagine whatever you want, and you can make whatever you want, and each time it will ends up a little bit different from the first time or the time before, because of the ingredients. You know, you buy something sometimes tomatoes, but not only on the season that they're grow, right?
Not fresh.
No, they are fresh, but they are not. This is not like, for now, winter. Tomatoes are not supposed to be grown in Israel, and they still do because they're making places for them to grow. So the taste is a little bit different than, for example, the summer. That this is the actual time that tomatoes in Israel are supposed to grow. So
And
don't
also, sorry, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that I assume that your grandmother, she didn't even have a recipe written down on a piece of paper, right? So when you needed to learn from her, everything is in their heads. And if you want to come and learn from your mom or your grandma how to cook and how to make these things, you need to come and watch it yourself. And,
Yes, and
you know?
Yeah. I
Exactly.
used to call my grandmother and ask her, Grandma, how you make your ktitzot, no?
Meatballs.
Meatballs, cutlets. And she used to tell me, just put a little bit turmeric, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But how much is a little bit, Grandma? Like, tell me. And she used to tell me, like this. Just put like this. Stop. Or something, you need to try yourself. This is the message that I got from her. I wanted to make a mufleta for the Mimuna celebration in the end of the Passover. Moroccan people have a tradition, Jewish Moroccan people have a tradition that in the end of Passover, we make a very, very big and rich celebration of dough, many kinds of dough. So mufleta is like a really flat one that you open with your eyes with a lot of oil, like I said before. And you put butter and honey on it, and you eat it for it's like a blessing for richness and happiness and good, and like it's written in the Bible, Eretz Zavad Chalav Udvash. It's like the country of the milk, honey, and I don't know the other word. Okay, so it's like the tradition of the end of Passover, the Mimuna celebration, is coming from this sentence, like celebrate the richness, the things that are good in Israel.
And I think that we have one last question, and then maybe if you want, you can show us your fish so that our friends will be able to see how it looks at the end and know that they're, they did it correctly, even though there really isn't a correct way. But they were asking here if you have written down your recipes for your future family. Like if you wanted to teach your kids how to make this fish, do you have it written down?
Yes, I have it written down. I am writing down some recipes, but mostly not for me, because people are asking for me. So I'm trying it again. And like this time I'm doing it with the spoons and cups and everything that I am not regular to use. And then I write it down. But mostly I don't write down for me or for my family. If someone wants an explanation, he can call me and I can explain it. Or I can just for him.
So the Delaware Jewish community, we're happy and lucky enough to get your recipe. So thank you from all of them. And do you want to show us your fish before we finish?
Yes, of course. Okay, so wait. This is the fish. Now I'm going to take a spoon and show you how it looks. You see how it feels like really full with the juices. It's not broken. It's still one unit.
Ofri, what kind of?
Yeah, what kind of?
What kind of fish did you use today?
I used the lavrak fish. I think, I don't know the name in English.
Do you know how?
Wait a minute. Sea bass.
Oh, sea bass.
Yes. But it's also this, it doesn't really matter. You can use every white fish that you like. Play with it.
Well, it looks delicious. Do you want to show us your salad one more time too?
Yes, of course. I'm taking it out. This is the salad, like I said before. Beetroot, coriander, lemon juice, and some olive oil, not olive oil. You can use olive oil if you want, any oil.
But you used canola.
I used canola, yes.
Well, thank you so much for doing this today. It looks delicious.
Thank you for having me.
I hope everybody tries to make it. And
Yes,
before everybody signs off, we're going to have a drawing for this part. For those of you who didn't see it, it's a really beautiful part. Wow. And we're going to get Carla to just pick out of the hat here. So and the winner is Sydney Friedman.
Yay!
So Sydney, if you want to contact me or Seth, I'll make sure that I get it to Federation's offices for you. So congratulations. And thank you very much, Tal. And Our next program is in February. We have an actor from the show Fauda, who's going to tell his story. He's an Israeli, an Arab Israeli, and we look forward to that program in February. Check our website and we'll let you know. And thank you to Michelle today, my co-chair for the Israel and Overseas Committee, and to Seth Katzen, our CEO, for managing the Zoom today. And thank you to Tal too. And of course to Ofri. So thank you very much for joining us.
Great.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks,
We'll be waiting for you guys on our next program. Have a nice weekend.
Thanks, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.